What's up, guys? Tasis and Artosis are back, and welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters. Gyeonggi, how are you doing, buddy?
Very well. It's been a great day of games so far. A few upsets here and there, some really close matches as well. So, looking forward to getting into this one, but it is an elimination match in which Zest is playing, which is kind of crazy.
I know. I think Zest is the favorite here, but you never know, as we've been already mentioning previously in earlier casts. This is a new iteration of StarCraft 2, so we're still seeing the meta evolve. Right now, we're kind of, it's like a cool experiment where we get to see what the Korean pros, the best players in the world, think the current state of the game should be in, and that's going to then set the direction for everybody else who's watching this, who's trying to learn, changing the meta on the ladder everywhere.
Yeah. Looking at this group and this next match, like Sue is already out. He's done a great job. Definitely Leenock on fire. But looking at this match with Zest versus Trust, Trust is literally a mini-me of Zest. He's shorter, he's got the same hair color, uses all the same builds. And he's a very good Protoss, but he's just not Zest. Zest
like, uses the normal weights at the gym. He's using the pink ones next to him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's as if, you keep cloning Tasteless, and by clone 5 or 6, the GGs just aren't there anymore.
That's right.
I feel like
that
that's
guy casts one best of 5 and he dies right after. He gets rid of that green tub of slime, and they go, all right.
Tasteless doesn't feel bad at all.
not original Tasteless.
This is what you are created
Tasteless
for.
and his army of caster clones. Get him out there.
The real Tasteless hasn't cast a game since 1982.
No, I mean, you watch it when esports is, like 50 years from now and we're really old. I mean, I'm just going to be the guy that comes out and goes, GG. And then I'm like, all right, Tasteless is done. Put him back in his wheelchair and send him back to the hospital.
Well, Zest maybe at that point will just come out, make a few adepts, and beat a player, and then
he
go
makes
back
one
behind the
Oracle and
curtains.
flies in there, does some damage. Then he's like, all right, have the Zest clones come in and play for me. Let's go take a closer look at our players before we start this match, which we're going to be doing in just a moment.
All right, so here's full-size Zest here. I don't know if you ever watch like Bob's Burgers, but like
I have not seen Bob's Burgers. I've
man.
heard that's pretty funny.
It's really, really funny. But like, what is it, regular size Rudy? And then there's like, because there's 2 kids named Rudy. Oh, it's really funny. But here's regular size Zest. He's, possibly the greatest Protoss in the world. Of course, we have some people really vying for that right now. Stats and Hero both come to mind. Of course, the Wind Toss is still around, but there's the mini Zest. This guy literally, he had actually...
God, he really does look like Zest, actually. Now that you've made the comparison.
Earlier in the year, they actually had the same hairstyle and the same dyed hair color. And Trust was literally just using all of Zest builds. They were both on KT, so it makes sense. But he was just using all of Zest builds. And very well, he had actually a very good year for his level right now. Like, he's still up and coming. He hasn't hit his full form yet. So that's all impressive. But this is like the master versus the student, okay? There's more metachlorins in Zest blood than in Trust blood. It's as simple as that.
Oh God, you are so funny, Artosis. I'm so glad I'm back for my little holiday. This is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, it is a bit of a David versus Goliath match here. Mm-hmm. I expect Zest to perform very well here, but you never know, man. Some of these younger guys, they put in the hours, they put in the time, they get right to that point in their StarCraft 2 careers where they've had enough experience, they're at that right age, which oftentimes for StarCraft players, pro gamers in general, pretty young. So this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. I keep trying to think of different, student teacher type things, and I keep getting back to Mr. Miyagi and how this guy's just going to do the crane maneuver, but Zest is going to go in and just slap him down with an aggressive blink in or something like that.
This is just a very truncated version of Looper right now, where basically like one's trying to kill the other, even though they're basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's see how these guys do, man. I can't wait to get this game started. It looks like we just need to get one of the players in the lobby, and we should be doing this, guys. Get out there, tell your friends to join us. This is day 1 of the Intel Extreme Masters in Gyeonggi. And this is going to be going on for 5 days. So lots of StarCraft.
This is only day 1. Only day 1. And as you said, like today is a huge part of the bulk and tomorrow as well.
That's right.
From there forward, we'll just have 1 match a day. But like these 2 days are so jam-packed, we're not even close to halfway
done. Don't go to work.
done.
Call Dr. Tasteless, he'll write you a note. And you can miss whatever you need, man. Might not let you keep your job if you turn it in. I can't promise that.
But you know what? You got to follow your passion. you only live once, so like to go into the office instead of watching IEM Gyeonggi is actually like, do you even want to enjoy this life?
It's true, man. What are you doing with your time on this earth? Go see Dr. Tasteless. He'll inject you with pure passion right there. Give me the veins, man. And
I could see you actually having a show like Dr. Phil. He's like, yeah, I missed IEM Gyeonggi, and you're like, you missed IEM Gyeonggi because you wanted to miss IEM Gyeonggi.
I would be a TV doctor?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Well, Tasteless, we all know you wouldn't be a real doctor, all right? Come on. You have to show up for class
just, like,
for that
walking around
one,
with my TV makeup and my stethoscope on my neck. Like.
Tasteless has one of those like silver things on his head or whatever, like the doctors from the
Whatever
40s.
Those things I've got a mic on, but for some reason I have my mask on. I'm not doing an operation or anything like that.
Oh my God. You got like one of those Fisher Price like pressure gauges on.
It looks like I believe our game is ready.
Is it?
Are we ready to go? This is game number 1 between these two. Let's get this going.
I'm the type of guy, I'm like one of those UFC fighters that sees like a twitch in your thigh and knows what move you're about. I'm like, oh, I know what he's about to say.
Well,
okay.
I mean, Arteza, there's one way I normally describe you to my friends is that you're the Conor McGregor of esports casters.
Is that right?
Well, definitely good.
I think Todd would fight for that, man.
Oh yeah, who would Todd be if you're the Conor McGregor?
The biker of esports.
The biker of esports.
Yeah.
He would be villain guard at number 3 in the credits of whatever martial arts movie.
He would be the bodyguard of like the final boss, is what he is. He dies right when the elevator opens into the boss's office.
He's shot, unable to use his martial arts skill. It's like, well, the protagonist did bring a gun to this fight.
Yeah. So.
All right. So, looks like we're about to have gateways finish up here. So far, mirrored builds.
Yeah, but Trust looks like he's going to be a little bit cheeky here, as Claris might say. This location, I would say that it's. I don't think it'll be an Oracle. It could, but we could see something like Dark Templar out of that. It's hard to say exactly what Trust wants to do down here.
Well, you know,
sometimes you want to hide your Oracle way out of the way so that they don't find it. Because look where, like, he actually shift-clicked, Zest just did, through the area you would normally find a hidden Stargate.
And there's definitely a timer here on how long you can try to check for any proxies. Obviously, if you don't get there eventually, you're not going to be able to check up on anything your opponent's doing. We see this probe going around here, so it is not going to spot that hidden proxy down there in the bottom right.
I wonder, with the timing of all this, I think he's going to add 2 gateways here. Like, nothing else really makes sense to me. Maybe it's a 4-gate prism, which is a very, like, rare build. We never really see that, to be honest. So this is... I don't know if that's going to be it, but, like, any other tech doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now, right?
I think you're right, Artosis.
Oh
By the way,
my
we have
God.
pylons going down over here in the back of the main right now for Trust.
Dude, this is brutal, actually. Zest getting in here, and he's going to be able to deal a lot of damage. You're just going to have to pull these probes away. Oh my God, and he already had to use that overcharge right there.
Yeah. And now the mothership has been activated, and if this is going to be that rush Artosis was talking about, it's going to be a little bit problematic. Definitely interrupting a lot of the mining that the probes are doing back there.
I wonder what this is like. I'm still a little bit confused. Okay, did he just proxy that robotics facility?
No, I don't believe he did.
Because he did make that pylon in the bottom right.
I thought the Robo Bay, we'll get a shot of it in a second. I thought the Robo Bay was in the main.
Well, the actual Robo itself is in the main, but like he's going for, it looks like what will end up being disruptor drops. So, not exactly sure.
Now,
hey, we have hand mics now.
Well, oh, you blew it. I was going to say, now what is different about this picture right now?
Yeah, I hope people got to hear everything before. But anyways, it looks like a disruptor drop coming up. Kind of a weird proxy type play out of Trust, though. It's like kind of a late proxy.
Whenever you see a proxy like that, though, when you do interrupt somebody's mining, that really messes up the fine timing of a strategy like that. So we'll have to see how the rest of this develops out here. So our game was paused. We're not really clear what's going on just yet. So probably something wrong with one of the two players' computers. We'll get that resolved, and we'll be back in this game as soon as possible.
Indeed. I feel funny with the hand mic. I'm like, what's up, Cleveland?
I'm like, what's up, guys? You guys like esports? Yeah! Or we could be, like, singing to each other right now as well. Yeah, we're going to have to sit tight and wait and see what happens. I don't know what it could be in this case.
Well, Trust just had to pause it, so hard to say. It could just be a sound issue. That's generally what it is.
Remember back in the early days of GSL when players kept accidentally muting the computers themselves?
Control S,
Control S. And then there's a player in the booth. It's like his third time being in the booth. He's like, I don't have sound. And our ref goes like, Control S again. And then he's like, oh, okay, all right, game on.
That definitely can happen.
But this stuff does happen from time to time at events. You know, a lot of pressure on these guys. The 2016 year, even though calendar-wise it's not over for StarCraft, it ended at BlizzCon, right? This is we crowned Beyond the Champion. Now we're going to go ahead and see, we're starting over to see the climb begin again. And it begins now here, just as 2016's close to an end. This, of course,
Happy New Year. This is actually, this is New Year's Day for StarCraft 2.
Basically, the way it works now is once the new season for StarCraft 2 begins, that's actually the new year.
January 1st is like just so arbitrary. Like, are we really going to let the Romans decide when we celebrate the new year? Not anymore. This is like the 2000s, okay? This is 2016.
I mean, we basically worship new gods now, the great StarCraft 2 players.
That's right.
Of 2016. So I'm now officially declaring this year 1.
Year 1, wow. And let's rename the months to Tastuary.
Artosuary. Todd-sember.
Taugust.
Okay, yeah. Excuse me, Taugust.
Rotvember.
Yeah. You're much better at this than me. I'm trying to keep up, but you're already just dishing them out, man.
We'll just keep May for Claris.
It's so funny. Okay, so we're back in this game. If you're just now joining us, there was a little scuffle inside the main here of Trust. Zest had planted 2 pylons. He did manage to activate one of those pylon cannons there.
Yeah, looking at the strategy that's coming out of Trust here, this is going to give him a nice edge, to be honest. It's kind of a late base for Zest, and speed Warp Prism with a Disruptor, there is absolutely nothing that Zest has that can deal with this, and he has a lot of slow, expensive units like Sentries here. So this Disruptor, as long as he really babysits it and uses it well, is going to get a ton of value. Trust should be able to get a big lead off of this move.
Okay, here he comes now. Going in. It looks like it will connect with 3 probes. He does pick that up. Getting it out. It was slightly bruised. As we can see there, that's going to make harassing with that a little bit trickier.
Hey, I'm an Oracle.
Look at me, guys.
You're not.
Definitely not phased by that. Uh-oh. Okay,
he's
very low. I'm actually surprised he even turned around there for a second. That was crazy.
Truth be told, like, he already is kind of messed up with it a little bit. He took a lot of damage on the Disruptor.
Yeah.
It's okay to try to get the probes anyways, but to take that damage on it as well, that was very preemptive of Zest to get out there and push into that. But he's going to continue to get more damage as long as he doesn't mess this up and lose the Prism.
Okay, we see the Warp
Oh
Prism.
my God.
Oh, nice interception. Can he close it out? He is crazy with this War Prism.
Yeah, he's actually trying to bait him right there.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite work out. Zest does pull back in time.
I do like the hallucinated Phoenix to try to stalk the War Prism, because, you know, if he gets it at the right angle, he actually will catch and kill that. I think this move is a little bit predictable. Let's see if it was telegraphed effectively enough here. And Zest can come in and deny the next War Prism that's headed southbound right now.
Well, Zest...
Sometimes you want to leave your stalkers a little bit further back so that they're already getting ready to drop, and then have them jump forward here.
All right. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Like, if he comes in, then you can actually really force engage. But I'm okay with the way he's doing it because he has added a Stargate. And so when he gets an actual Phoenix, because look, this is not a real Phoenix. I know it looks like a real Phoenix, but that's actually...
How can you tell, Artosis? How are you so good?
Basically a ghost Phoenix. Listen, I've just played the game a lot, and I'm really, really good. And most people watching at home don't know this, but that's not real.
Most people can't tell that it's slightly darker than what the normal Phoenix looks like, and that's how I normally tell.
Yeah. It has different decals on the side. Most people don't really... No, most people don't even know that, Tasteless. Isn't that weird? But look, when he gets the Phoenix, this drop stuff ends. See that?
Okay, now he picks up.
Nice.
Can he actually buy enough time?
Look at this tricky move. He's like, I want to pick that up. I want to pick that up. But another one comes in.
Nicely done. Okay, so he's going to take out the Disruptor.
Only Zest would deal with something like this so well.
Yeah, it was super smart to actually use the Phoenix to hold the Disruptor over there. And now he's actually managed to chase us back. In fact, I think he's going to actually get... Is he going to get that?
No.
Where's the other Phoenix? He didn't come down? Okay, wow, nice save there.
Chased. Yeah, that's like very little health left on there. Blink is done for Trust, so he's still got like very good tech going on. Whereas Zest just now, because he did have to spend so much money getting Phoenixes out, just now getting his Twilight, which means like we look at this situation with the third base on the way as well as Glaives, Zest has to make some hard choices. Like, is he going to do some sort of, like, vicious attack? Or is he going to go directly into Disruptors? Because I don't think he'll hold on against an Adept Stalker attack after that third base is up and the gates finish.
I don't know, man. We're going to have to see. So far, Zest is keeping a very careful eye on his opponent over on the right side of the map. I got to say, I think Trust is not really in terrible shape here. We see that third Nexus about to finish up here for Zest. The Templar Archives is going to be finishing at about the same time right now. But yeah, this is going into the late game PvP already.
Yeah, it does look that way, and we'll see if they can both last so long. A couple of overcharges do take out a Phoenix, so definitely worth it right there. Templar Archives on both sides, both of them trying to get some Archons out, and I do like the fact that Zest is going for Glaives. It's going to give him a much better fighting chance. If he gets Blink right now, it just takes like 100 years or so.
Well, I mean, there's moments where you definitely have to decide what tech you're going to go for, because it's not always as simple as just trying to slowly build up to everything. There's going to be points in time where different army compositions and upgrades are going to be more advantageous depending on how many bases they have, how many production facilities they have.
You know, I feel like we should see Trust try to get something done here. Like, he has the Blink upgrade. He hasn't really been pushing out. And if you can kind of get the initiative and utilize some force fields, especially against someone without Blink, there's a lot of ways that you can like snipe a third Nexus, or possibly, you know, because Zest is spread so far without Blink, you know, do some harassment into the main.
Okay, he's coming over here right now, up from the south. That War Prism's still there, Artosis. That's going to be the MVP of this game.
I know,
right?
Either that, he's going to pick up like 2 Archons in it and the Phoenix is killing. Like, no! I wish I had died at the beginning.
Okay, he's very close now. Good position here by Zest. Very bunched up. It's going to be hard to actually push through there.
Zest he has a really surprising amount of supply, I have to say. Zest does, like, for how this game actually started out here. That is a lot of Immortals as well, and they do pretty well against Archons, to be sure.
He's going to try to come up here now. The angling actually better for Trust here. That ramp does act as a bit of a funnel. It's going to be very difficult to actually push into the third for Trust, but it's also going to be, I think, pretty accessible to push into the natural if most of the key units are over on that side.
Yeah, good time warp there does help out Zest a little bit, but these force fields, absolutely fantastic, really favoring Trust right there. Some great lifts on those Immortals, but still, this is a very scary army from Trust.
Okay, he's coming in now. He is going to be able to shade in from right on top of where these Immortals are. I gotta say, I think Trust is going to win this game, Artosis. that's that. Nicely done.
Yeah, this all really comes down to the fact that Trust kind of smartly went into the fast Warp Prism with the Disruptor. And the thing is, that didn't really do that much damage. Instead, what it did was forced Zest's hand into Phoenix's, which were completely useless against the heavy gateway play, because he went right into Twilight after that, got his Blink upgrade, went right into Glaives, got a quicker third, and just was able to hit that timing where he rolls over Zest.
Yeah, even